Welcome to Mask 101. Are you wearing your mask correctly? From what I see out there, I can say, I see a lot of people wearing them wrong. And what's most concerning is they have no eyewear. And this coronavirus is in droplet form, and that's why we're doing 6-foot distancing, but it's also in an aerosol form. Check out my website, besafebemindful.com, and there's a video to show you exactly how that vapor can penetrate the air, and it lingers in the air for up to 3 hours. So, and what's most concerning is we're at risk at home. And the reason is we don't know who's sick because of the asymptomatic carriers. And until we use universal precautions, which means treat everyone as if they're infectious, this crisis and this virus could go on for months. Because you could let your guard down thinking no one's sick at home because we've been sequestered for 2 to 3 weeks and no one got sick, and lighten up your controls and your barriers and let little Johnny come over and he could be a carrier and pass it on to Grandpa, which could be a high-risk person. So be mindful. So let's talk about how to protect yourself properly. Okay, so masks it's very confusing trying to figure out what side is the inside and the outside. And there was actually a disturbing video on Facebook, or a post, talking about telling people to wear their mask backwards if you're sick, if you're not, to wear it the right side out. And that is dangerous. I would highly not recommend that. So these masks are made out of polypropylene. And typically the colored side is on the outside because that's the fluid resistant side. Now, the lighter side, which is a different fabric, it's a kind of a softer paper-like, is the side that touches your face. Now, typically masks have a wire, which is at the top, but a real good quality mask has the wire also at the bottom. Okay, so now what's the difference between an N95 mask and a surgical mask level 3? Not much. They're actually rated almost identical. And guess what? They're still available. I checked on Amazon this morning. So the difference is this level 95 mask really fits snug and tight against your face. And that's why we use these masks around influenza and highly infectious diseases. Now, what if we could get our surgical mask to fit the same way? So I figured out how. So here we go. So I'm going to put this mask on, and you take a look for yourself. So it's not very effective if there's space and airflow. So this whole mask, I can tighten the metal on the bottom, but it's very loose fitting. You know, if I got some tape, I could tape these down. But there's a simpler way to get this guy tight, and it's just your little hair clip that you get at the dollar store. You can actually just take this elastic here on both sides and tighten them up and clip it to the back of your head, like so. Now take a look. Look how tight my mask is. It's completely sealed here, here, and here. That is awesome. Add some safety glasses Now that is protection. Let's talk a little bit about safety glasses while I got them on. See how they go around the head? Now these are on Amazon, like 12 pairs for $8. You could give them to all your family, and if you're still working, people at work. And see how they're rounded? Now this pair here, I got at the dollar store. Same thing. Tight against your face, very little space, but works perfectly fine. That's awesome. Okay, now think about aerosols, guys, and exposure. Now, let's talk about homemade masks. I challenge all of you sewers out there that are making awesome masks to use a better fabric. Okay, one that's fluid resistant and will have sun filtering ability. Cloth does Zippo. Okay, so guess what these are? These beautiful masks. We use them all the time. This fabric is around your house. This is a Walmart bag. This is a Dollar Tree bag. So look for these reusable bags and wash them, iron them. Just be careful because this fabric will melt, and you should have some type of cotton cloth over it so you don't melt them. And I lined them with extra fabric. This is a Swiffer dry mop, which is hydrostatic. That's why it works so well at picking up dust and dirt. And that's what's in our mask as well, in the inner layer. That's what catches, those fibers catch the bacteria. So I lined it with that. Now I would say I would do 3 layers. Polypropylene, the hydrostatic layer, and then another layer of this, maybe another 2 layers of the Swiffer. Or I found this, it's like a interfacing, but it is at the dollar store. They're just little wipes. So get creative. The one thing you do want to make sure is ties work better than loops, because these loops aren't stretchy unless you have elastic. You see, you'd have to get a tie and tie them together, or just make them with the string type, which tie high and tie low, and they seal much better to your face. Now let's talk about cloth masks, if that's all you have. So here's a bandana, and what I've done is I've made a little piece of wire to make a nose piece, and I'm going to use added protection. Again, the Swiffer floor mat, some interfacing, and another layer. So I've got 3 layers of protection here. I'm going to put it on the inside, and I'm going to get my nose thing up there. So here's my nose piece, and I tie it tight. Like so. And this loose part that I see, everyone, that's not very protective. So you can just simply twist, 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 and tuck. And now your neck is tight. That's an awesome, quick mask. Okay, so let's talk about added protection. You can put an antibacterial in your nose. It's kind of funny, but we have it. It's called ozonated olive oil, and you can buy it on Amazon. And so before you don your mask, you could just put a little bit on each side, and if there is any bacteria or particles, at least there's added protection there to help kill it. Now, all of these masks aren't very protective if you can't use them properly. So the CDC lightened up their guidelines, said that you can wear a mask every 2 to 4 hours if no one around you is sick. And just to kind of let you know, we normally toss these in an hour. And part of that is because it's rated for only so much moisture from just our normal breathing and exhaling. And when a mask gets too moist, it's not effective. In fact, it can allow bacteria from the outside to penetrate inside the mask. So I think it's a lot more effective and safe if we start disinfecting and reusing our masks, but disinfect them properly. Because most people, no matter how great this mask is, it doesn't do you any good if you're wearing it 2 to 4 hours and you don't have another one to keep switching them out. So this is a disinfected level 3 mask. And I found 2 studies that showed what to do, and I'm going to share that with you. And of the 5 different methods they tested for, all of those methods except for one changed the filtration of the mask. So it basically made the mask less effective. So I'm happy to share that with you. And also the website and how to make a polypropylene. So grab your Walmart bags, because that's what this is. Or the next time you're at the dollar store, spend a couple bucks on that bag and you can get started on making your own at home that are a little bit better and safer. So that's basically it for now. Be safe, be mindful. Thanks for watching.